Breaking news, Justin Bieber now facing charges on both sides of the border. The pop star just turning himself moments ago to police in Toronto, facing a charge that he allegedly attacked a limo driver.
Did you attack the limo driver? Hey, Justin!
The news coming as we are learning that Bieber just pleaded not guilty to last week's charges of driving drunk, resisting arrest, and driving without a valid license in Miami, Florida. Out front tonight, Jim Murray, the chief correspondent for Inside Edition, and former Congressman Patrick Kennedy, who's been vocal about his own struggles with substance abuse, obviously. And when you had problems, it was very public. You had to go through a lot of this knowing that everybody is talking about you. But, Jim, let me start with you. How serious is the assault charge that Bieber is facing? Because when you add up all the things that have happened, and we'll go through those, it is quite a long list. I mean, what specifically does this one carry with it?
Well, wait, first of all, let me welcome you back because this is your first day back.
Thank you.
I was happy to be on your show last week and sad you weren't here. This is, look, this particular limousine driver was not taken to the hospital, so you wonder how serious the assault was, but an assault is still a very serious charge. And you talked about both sides of the border. You talk about Toronto and Florida. He may also face charges in Los Angeles, and those are felony vandalism charges. When you add up all three and then take into consideration that there are over 100,000 signatures on a petition to deport him from the United States, you know, these in total, these are very serious for Justin Bieber because even on misdemeanor charges that carry, say, 6 or 7 months, you add them all up and he's got 3 different jurisdictions going on here. So it's a big deal.
And you're saying, I mean, these signatures, 100,000 signatures saying that he should deport, and I don't know at this moment, but it was 118,000 or something earlier when someone told me the latest. I mean, that's a number that forces actually the White House to respond, which in and of itself some may say is utterly ridiculous, and maybe it is, but the point is you're saying it's deadly serious.
It is deadly serious. It's serious. Look, he apparently, for whatever reason, is looking at his reputation as being boosted in some form because he's got street cred. I don't know. However, from a legal perspective and from an overall perspective, he's hanging out with his dad, who by some accounts was at the scene in Florida when he was allegedly driving without a license and under the influence. There are questions about where he got the prescription drugs. He doesn't have an influence in his life that's steering him in the right direction. And what do we see? In 3 weeks, he could be facing 3 charges in 3 different jurisdictions, all going down. And we've seen this before, Aaron, with other celebrities, and it's never a good ending.
And Patrick, and you've been through this. I mean, that when it starts to spiral, it spirals. Is that what you think you're seeing here?
Well, what you're seeing is someone who's dealing with the negative effects of drug and alcohol use, and he's 19 years old, and he kind of feels immune from all of this because he has this cadre of people who are enabling him. In other words, and just as you just heard, this is looked upon as a legal issue or a PR issue. Really, it's a physical health issue. I mean, just alluding to the fact that a number of celebrities, in fact, a number of Americans who die fatal deaths because of this use of drugs and alcohol, which leads to this kind of erratic behavior. So I'm very familiar with this. I live that life. And the biggest challenge is that Justin Bieber is not going to be able to see what's really going on.